Hey guys, back again. I'm not really sure what day of the journey this is. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all that stuff. I don't know. I'm out here doing this thing, but I've got many days I have not uploaded. I'm way behind on everything. It is what it is. Just out here exercising. I'm out here today in the Adidas DRose, son of Chai, the Windy City Assassins, and I love these shoes aesthetically. Now, I believe they were kind of a budget basketball shoe, but they were kind of hard to get a hold of. I couldn't find this particular colorway, these shoes in my size for a long time. It just so happened that someone had them online in my size, just selling them used. Really good shape. I could tell they had hardly been used, but I really love, again, the aesthetics of the shoe. And even though I'm not getting it from a main retailer and stuff, I still like, in some small way, even if symbolic, just to support a player that I believe in, that's been absolutely amazing to the game of basketball. And yeah, there have been so many players that their careers have kind of been snuffed out due to injuries. But like if their physical prowess was able to have longevity, you know, they could easily have been seen as some of the greatest players that have ever played the game historically. Derrick Rose athleticism was insane, but because I'm a Calipari fan, you know, the second in line, John Wall, same there. I mean, the insane athleticism that these guys showed, if they could have just been able to keep it going. Guys like Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill, if they could have just not had all those injuries, like what could they have been? And those are the players that somehow we see a little bit of ourselves in that, you know, we've all had moments of greatness, moments where we've been pretty good at something or had a deep passion, and then it just fell to the wayside because of some setback. And I would hope that those players would look back upon their careers as having thought that they brought something to the game of basketball, even if for a brief moment people saw it and were amazed, you know, by what they were doing. And even if that is to only be lived for a short moment, that's better than no moments at all, you know. That's how I see it. Anyway, that's enough about that. After my long run yesterday, I felt pretty rough. The backs of my knees and the tendons there somehow were just like crazy sore, and I had not felt pain like that for a crazy long time. I've been dealing with some knee issues and I've been wearing braces on them throughout the week, but I got out there and when I was finished, a totally different part of my knee was kind of wrecked, and it was the back tendons. Fortunately, I am able to get out here and at least walk, and I can do so without pain, so that's good. But yesterday I was kind of moving about in a really rough way. What the tree fell, and I see another tree is falling up ahead. Damn, that scared me. Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this area. Get the out of here. Ooh, I'm hearing trees just like bending. The weather's not even like crazy bad or anything. At the moment, there's not much wind or anything, but the weather is kind of cooking up something. A really big storm apparently. On the news, they had mentioned possible tornadic activity this afternoon, so we'll see about that. I had planned on going down my normal wooded trail that I like to walk, and but if freaking trees are falling around me, I'm not cool with that. I will listen to Mother Nature and respect that as a sign to turn my butt around. Now, I did my long run yesterday. It was 4 miles. At the conclusion of it, my reported VO2 max score had went down just 1/10 of a point, but I'm still in the low category, so I'm fighting for every 10th of a point that I can get. At this point, I think I'm gonna pretty much end the video. I'll check back in with you guys, but I'm gonna try to get up into zone 2 and stay there for a little bit less than an hour, and then again I'll check back in with you guys at the end. That zone 2 seems to be my body's way of improving the VO2 max score. So all right guys, I'll check back in later. Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've been in a basketball shoe for the purpose of walking, and you know, I've been getting to wear different basketball shoes as I play about 20 minutes a day, but I'm out here doing some extended walking in this one, and you know, it's old reliable. It's very firm, bounce cushioning, but not much of a bounce here, guys. It's a very firm setup. If you were young, a pair of shoes like this, it seems to be durably made, very good traction and good enough cushion. For someone like myself, not as much. However, I do have an orthotic in these, and that is definitely helping. I will still wear these because aesthetically I really enjoy them. Maybe not so much for taking on a walk, but I've walked in a whole lot worse. Where this is kind of a high top design, I was getting some ankle rubbing. That's my fault for not wearing a longer sock. I usually like wearing casually little ankle cut socks, you know. The rubbing was bad enough that I had to sit down, take the shoe off, and pull that ankle sock up, like stretch it out as much as I possibly could to get some coverage. And then I've got these things cranked down super tight to not allow any movement. But still, overall, I can't fault the shoe. It's a very nice shoe and it feels extremely stable, just low to the ground. For basketball, these things would be tremendous as long as I know I'm not playing a long session. All right guys, that's going to do it for me. I still have about 15 minutes to go, but I'm going to jet off of here. You all take it easy. Hopefully I'll be out here tomorrow. Later.